Joining us now is the Democratic Congresswoman from California, the home state of Kamala Harris, Maxine Waters. Congresswoman, thanks for being with us here on the Hill. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You know, you got it. I wish I had more time with you, and I do appreciate you coming to the camera for us. But obviously, there's been the jubilation and the joy among many Democrats as all this sets in. But now, as we start to sort of scrutinize what is Kamala Harris's record, what does she stand for? I wonder what you make of her support, Congresswoman, during her past presidential campaign for the idea of Medicare for all and imposing a 4% tax on those households that make more than $100,000 each to pay for it.
Well, first of all, let me just say this. I would not compare what happened in her last campaign with what is going on now. I do believe that since she has been in the White House as the vice president, working with President Biden, that she has worked as a team to help formulate the public policy in the way that they collectively think about it. So for me, this is basically starting anew in a new campaign for president with all of the additional information and experiences she's had.
No, I hear you, and it's a fair point to say, you know what, she's the vice president, but doesn't she then own the American public the responsibility, Congresswoman, of here's my tax plan, here's my health care plan, here's how I will deal with Social Security and Medicare, so on and so forth? Because, yes, she is the current vice president, and I just wonder when we're going to get that from her, because the American people want to know.
Well, that's fine, and that's what the campaign is all about. They will have to campaign, will have to talk about themselves, what they believe in, and, you know, where the future of this country is going. All of that comes out during the campaign. These decisions is only, 48 hours old or so. So she cannot have done all of that now. But, of course, I look forward to her talking more about herself and about what she believes, what she thinks, and what she believes she can do as the President of the United States. Of course, we expect all of that.
Why should Americans feel comfortable, Congresswoman, with what we saw over the last 36 hours, which was basically the Washington Post, the Associated Press, and other outlets telling us at 10 o'clock last night, oh, she's got the delegates, here we are, she's the nominee. It doesn't seem like a process played out. And I wonder what you would tell Democrats who think, you know what, maybe my voice wasn't heard.
Well, let me tell you this. She has racked up the delegates. As of today, she has enough delegates to become the president going into the convention. We know that has happened. As a matter of fact, my state, helped to put her over, and she's earned that. Nobody's given that to her. She's earned it with a tough career that she's paid attention to, that she's worked, she has grown, she's experienced, and she's served as the vice president of the United States. So she's earned the right to be received in the wonderful way that she is being received with all of those delegates who are coming on board and all the money that's coming in unexpectedly.
Do you really feel that she earned it?
Absolutely surprised. Oh, yes, she earned it. As vice president, yes, she earned it.
I'm sorry to talk over you. There's obviously a delay, but there's a difference between being the vice president, being next one up, and then sort of going out and explaining to the Democratic Party why you're the one. It happens so fast.
Well, you know, think about what you're saying. What background did Trump have? What experiences did he have? He did the same thing everybody has to do, and that's to go out and to sell yourself and to explain whom you are, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know why you're trying to make these differences between her and other candidates. Of course, she's going to campaign, but they know more about her than they knew about Trump when he ran. They have seen her as vice president. She has been on the domestic agenda, on the foreign affairs agenda. She has traveled to other 20 countries in this world, on and on and on. They know something about her.
I would just note Donald Trump did go through a primary process in 2016. But as we run, Congresswoman, who do you want to see as her vice presidential pick?
I'm not talking about whom I want to see. It's up to our nominee going into the convention, and her advisors and her family and all of them. They will be talking about that. She's looking at various ones.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.